Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the monthly horoscope forecast results for the month of September for all the zodiac signs. Like the way friends, a couple of weeks back when I uploaded this video on the 4 monthly forecast and probable outcome, I even mentioned it over there that the month of like July, August are sensitive. August, especially because um, of the eclipse season, because of like Venus being in a state of affliction, Sun being in the influence of the Ketu. So planets were slightly in a tumultuous kind of state. And based on the kind of feedback which I'm getting from the consultation, when clients write their personal ordeal or what I read from the comment section. So I'm very much sure that the month which we will be getting into, like the next month of September, planets are going to be in a much aligned state. Along with that, friends, this is also going to be the month when we will be having many auspicious Hindu festival as well. Now, friends, just because if you follow Vedic astrology, if you have any single faith in Vedic astrology, to be very precise, so let me just like tell you over here that all the Hindu festivals, it's like we don't only commemorate or honor the gods or the deities associated with them, but just because all these Hindu festivals are perfectly aligned with the cosmic alignment as well. So I mean to say, if you are suffering in any specific area of the life because of the planetary affliction, now let's take up the case. Majority of the people suffer because of the problems being created by, let's say for example, Kal Sarpyog, because of the Rahu and Ketu. So the Hindu month of Shravan or the festival of Nag Panchami is not only auspicious for the devotees of Lord Shiva, even if you have no faith, no connection with Shiva, but you have connection and faith with astrology, with the planets, right? So if you are going through some of the suffering being caused by the Kalsar, by Rahu, so the month of Shravan or the Nag Panchami could be a very good day for commemorating, for like honoring and appeasement of these doshas. Same is the way, friends, when I talk about this month, when we will be having the Ganesh Chaturthi, we will be having the Janmashtami, there is going to be the Pitru Paksh as well. So all these festivals are not only important for the Sanatan Dharma and the Hindu people, but also even if you live in the West, you have no connection with the Hinduism, you just follow astrology and planetary energies and all. And let's say, for example, there is some affliction in your chart which you need to do some ritual for it. You want to make some peace with it. So these are some of the specific days when you can consider doing that. All of our Hindu festivals, there is a complete Vedic science attached to it. So yes, friends, in this month, planets are going to be in a much of the state of dignity. So I mean to say, whatsoever you would have been encountering in the last few weeks, I can assure you things will become much better in this month because planetary vibration is going to be much more calm and controlled. So before friends, we will start our discussion. We will first pray to Lord Ganesha, who is the Hindu god of auspiciousness, good omens, and who presides over all the knowledge of mystic sciences known to humankind. So Om Vakratun Mahakaya Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurumadeva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. So friends, now before I will get into the customized results for all the zodiac signs, I always give emphasis that much better if you will follow this based on your ascendant. So you get much more precise information when you follow the monthly horoscope specifically from your ascendant, from your lagna. So let's first briefly look at that how planets are going to be behaving in this month. So friends, talking about from the sun's perspective, the king amongst the planets, a very important planet, especially when it comes down to the prospects of your status, your name, fame, recognition, confidence. So sun like is going to be in the grip of the Ketu for the half of the month. So I would say that till September 16th, you still have to go through all of the Sun Ketu combination kind of vibration and energies, like some sort of issues with the bosses or like authority figure, um, like acting with that unrelenting force. You have to deal with it. Some people might also have issue, especially if you're connected with the creative field, to find that spark or some of the academic related matters as well, jolt to your ego, pride. You still have to deal with all of that. But let's say, for example, friends, after September 17th, once Sun will transit to the Virgo, things are going to be much more better, especially if you're connected with accounts, with finance, medicine, pharmacy, you are a doctor, you are a physician. It is going to be much more better, calming energy for you. When we talk about from the Mars's perspective, friends, so yes, Mars was in the Gemini. Um, any of the Mercury signs are not considered as a very good placement for Mars, except then the Aries Lagna, because in the Aries Lagna, Mars is the ascendant lord, and in the third house, when it transit, it is like a Karaka, significator of that house. But apart from the Aries, in most of the cases, it has been seen that Mars, when it is in the Gemini, it can stimulate your nerves to an extent that other people might see you like someone who's very hyperactive, someone who is like over enthusiastic. So only if you can handle that surge of energy. So apart from that, if I were to say, when Mars will transit to the Cancer, there is going to be the conjunction of Jupiter and Mars, which will happen over there. Um, in a way, if you will go by the doctrines of the Vedic astrology, Mars in the Cancer is the sign of its debilitation. But again, friends, because of the presence of the Jupiter over there, so this conjunction is going to be bringing some very, very good results for some specific zodiac signs. Once we will get into the customized section, I will mention it over there. When we talk about from the Mercury's perspective, Mercury is in a very good state, especially after September 6th. Once it will transit to the Virgo, it is going to get exalted over there. Even when it is going to be transiting in the Libra, it is going to be a dignified placement for it. Venus is the shining star of this month. So throughout this month, Venus is going to be in its best of the dignity, in the best of its grace. Venus's retrograde motion in the month of October, we will have a separate discussion once the month of October will come. Talking about from the Saturn's perspective, friends, Saturn is still holding up the grounds, being in the Pisces, and I'm sure that all those people who are right now going through the Sade Sati or who are going through the Saturn Dasha, they would have already feel the all liberating, surrendering, compassionate energy of the Pisces, because Saturn is transiting over there. And Jupiter, friends, is in Atichari motion. It's just the month of the September only, because in the month of October, Jupiter will move to the Leo sign, and the grand conjunction of the Jupiter and Ketu will happen. So because now Jupiter is in the Cancer, it is in the Ashlesha. So it is a very supportive energy, especially when we talk about any of the emotional, mental anguish, family related concern, any psychological crisis. So Jupiter being in the Ashlesha is a very sigh of relief for these kind of countering solution to these kind of problems. Rahu and Ketu, friends, it's still far when Rahu and Ketu will make a move and they will transit to the next zodiac sign in the month of December. But right now we can say that Rahu, especially being in the Dhanishta, is in its strongest dignity. The way I mentioned, friends, we will be having the Janmashtami festival. So especially, friends, when we talk about those females who are trying to have a progeny, like you want to have a progeny, a childbirth and all, your fifth house is in a state of affliction, Janmashtami is a very good day for the rituals to be done on this day. Ganesh Chaturthi. Friends, Lord Ganesha is the actual remover of obstacles. You have any of the affliction in your chart being caused by Ketu, being caused by Mercury, being caused by Saturn, any delays which are happening in your life, this is a very auspicious day to do any ritual in order to invoke the blessings of the Lord Ganesha. We will be having the Pitra Paksha as well, friends. So I mean to say, if you have any of the affliction in your chart, any Pitra dosha in your chart, Saturn, Rahu causing affliction to your 8th house, causing affliction to your 9th house, causing affliction to your ascendant lord, causing affliction to your moon, this is the time when you can actually do some charities, donation in the name of your ancestors to invoke and receive their blessing. So yes, friends, that is what I briefly wanted to make you understand. Now let's shift to the customized results for all the zodiac signs. I have already mentioned this thing, that the results which I will be explaining over here It is going to be more applicable if you will follow it based on your ascendant. So now friends, when we talk about the Aries native, so friends, for the Aries native, beyond any doubt, this is going to be a very supportive month. After all of that, which you might have endured so far in the matters of your relationship, some blockages in your academic matters, or some slowness in your career endeavors, this is going to be the month which will bring the light and shine back in your matters of relationship, commercial gains. Let's say, for example, if the flow of money has been very interrupted, very slow in the last couple of weeks, you were having consistent issues and problems with your spouse, with your partner. So all of that is going to be like coming to an end in this month for sure. So friends, the highlight of this month for you is that your seventh house is in a very good state. And not only that, because your ascendant lord will also make a move to your fourth house. It is going to get conjunct with an exalted Jupiter over here. So when your fourth house is in such a state of dignity, and individually, like one of the significator of the fourth house apart from moon is Venus as well, right? So this is a very good month, especially when we talk about for resolving any of the family dispute, for any of the housing or construction related decision, even those people who are planning to buy a new vehicle, to buy a new car, this is going to be a very good month. And let's say, for example, friends, because your sixth house, your seventh house, your fourth house, your 11th house are in a very good state. So I would say that this is going to be the month for the Aries native. If you actually want to prioritize some important family life related decision, this could be a case laying foundation to your new home or any relocation connected decision, or this could be planning a child, proposing someone, initiating a like the process of courting someone or a wedding or something. So the stars are going to be much more favorable in this domain. So friends, if I were to pinpointedly bring attention to different areas of the life regarding the matters of your health, I'm not seeing any major affliction. Beyond any doubt, Mars, your ascendant lord, is going to be getting debilitated in this month on September 18th, but because Jupiter is canceling it, so deep rooted family issues can be resolved in this month. Along with that, the matters of relationship is your pillar of strength in this month. So, for courtship, for running into someone or some new romance, new partnership, new collaboration, regarding that, the energy of this month is very, very supportive. So, again, friends, fourth house, seventh house, Rahu being in such a strong dignity in the 11th house. So, all of that is just giving that indication only. So, if you're running dashas are favorable and you're contemplating some important development in this month, so I would say that based on the astrological chart and astrological analysis, I can give you a complete go ahead. And certain days, friends, as you can see over here, like Gaj Kesari yoga dates, or this could be the Moon Venus combination yoga dates, can also be utilized. So Moon Venus yoga, especially if you want to propose to someone or want to have some luxurious purchases, you can consider these dates. And let's say, for example, anything holy, anything auspicious and all, so you can utilize these dates to initiate those decisions. Along with that, friends, Janmashtami is going to be on September 4th. See, when we talk about anything connected with Ashtami, or even many Vedic astrologers, I have heard, even when it comes down to any of the affliction or delays caused by the planet Saturn, they also recommend the devotion and worship of Lord Krishna as well. Like the ultimate Karam Siddhant in the Bhagavad Gita was given by Lord Krishna only, right? So if you are in the dasha of the planet Saturn on the Janmashtami, like doing the fasting on the Janmashtami shall be considered. Ganesh Chaturthi, friends, especially if you have any of the affliction of Ketu, Ketu in your chart, or any of the affliction to the natal Mercury in your chart. Mercury, see, the for the Aries native, the only planet which is not good for them is Mercury, because your 12th lord is your ninth lord as well, which is auspicious planet for you. Your 8th house is being ruled by the ascendant as well, so again you don't have to worry about that. So even Saturn 11th house is partially malefic. There's no denying of that. But Saturn also rules the Kendra Bhava as well. So in a way, in a nutshell, the only planet for the Aries native which is not very auspicious is Mercury because of the third and the sixth house rulership. So if you have any affliction being caused by Mercury, and Mercury is active in the dasha right now, so you can do some remedies on the Ganesh Chaturthi day. So yes, friends, and if your natal moon is in the state of affliction, being in the eighth house, being in the 12th house, being hemmed by Saturn and Rahu, so some sort of charities and donations on the Pitru Paksh can also be considered. So yes, friends, overall a very supportive month, and especially the light and the shine and the passion will come back in your relationship, in your matrimonial life for sure. And again, for those people who want to make some good purchases, I can give you go ahead for that. And let's say, for example, if you're saving and the flow of income has been getting depleted in the last couple of weeks, so that will also get recompensated. Friends, I'm actually uploading this video much in advance, like even a week before the lunar eclipse. So yes, like we know this thing that when the lunar eclipse happens, somehow your fourth lord is getting afflicted. Although Jupiter is there, but Jupiter is again in the Ashlesha nakshatra, right? So this month still has got that vulnerability that it can give you some emotional jolt. But just because we're talking about the month of September, the damage control, emotional repairing will be of a very good level in this month. So you can look forward to it. So yes, friends, my best wishes to the Aries native. Try to make the best use out of this. Planets are in a supportive state to grant or fulfill most of your wishes. Now, friends, when we talk about the Taurus natives, so friends, for the Taurus native, to begin with, friends, your ascendant lord has been in a state of affliction in its last few journey in the transit, being conjunct with Ketu, not a supportive sign, debilitated, and vulnerable. So now, friends, it is going to be in a dignified state. So in any capacity, you are connected with the health industry, fitness industry, you are a lawyer and all, or from the past couple of weeks, your schedule have got disrupted, health got disrupted, lot of like quarrels, misunderstanding with the co-workers. So a lot of things can get resolved in this month for sure. Along with that, friends, because see, when we talk about the third house, see, when we talk about the matters of relationship, especially when we talk about love marriage and all, so people say, see, there are like certain filters, which all people do love marriage, or we generally say like fifth house is responsible for that connection of the fifth house, seventh house, people who have moon Venus conjunction in the chart, people who have Mars Venus conjunction in the chart. But along with that, third house also tells about, like, people who get a partner of their wish, right? And they are bold and courageous enough to turn any fascination, any romance into an actual relationship. They have this capacity to go and take the initiative, ask someone out, and handle the way the relationship is taking its course. So I mean to say, when your seventh lord is going to be transiting in the third house, getting conjunct with the planet Jupiter, so it will definitely trigger something. It will empower you in the matters of taking the reins of your relationship in your hand. And because from the third house, Jupiter is already giving its aspect to your like seventh house and to the 11th house as well. So with this dignity of the Venus, it is actually bringing some good news, especially when we talk about the matters of the relationship. Some important collaboration is possible in this month. Let's say, for example, whether you're a content creator or you are a freelance person, or let's say, for example, you have been lately applying for a job and you're not hearing back from the employer and all. So this could be a case that the whole energy in your 10th house, like, August month was filled with eclipse vibration. Most of the planets were afflicted in this month. So many people would have relocated or would have been forced to do or get involved in those projects where you're not feeling yourself comfortable or happy. So I mean to say, whatever disruptions you have encountered in the last couple of weeks, this is going to be the month where things will get settled down as per your wish, as per your liking. So again, friends, if I were to summarize, in terms of the matters of love romance, because Mercury again is like, if we know that Mercury is very quick to act, and it has a reputation of being flirtatious, right? So Mercury being exalted in the fifth house of love, romance, attraction, seventh lord being in the influence of the Jupiter, there in the third house, which determines your own wish, right? So I mean to say this month has actually got a lot of scope over here. Whether you are a like an accountant, whether you are an athlete, or if you're connected with art, entertainment, creative field and all. So a lot of good scope I'm seeing over here. Even those people who have to write any competitive exam, right now the pressing issue for you is to score good in any of the academic related matters or competitive situation. Stars will support you over there as well. So yes, friends, again, if I were to summarize regarding the matters of the health, I'm not seeing any vulnerability. Like rather, I would say that if you have any medical fitness procedure which you want to wrap up, this is a good month for you. And if you professionally work as a physician, as a health coach, as a pharmacist, or anything connected with the health and fitness, this month has got some supportive energy for you. When we talk about the matters of the finances, friends, so finances will also improve because see, Mars, when it is transiting in the Gemini, it actually agitate the matters of the second house. In some of the occasion, because of your fiery speech, you might not have been able to get the right deal for you, or Mars is a very quick kind of energy, and when Mars is in the Mercury signs, it is very disgruntled, it is like very unsettled. So debates, arguments, uh, without giving deeper thought to the pros and cons, jumping to any conclusion, ending up getting a wrong deal because of your haste. So, Mars in the second house is not a very kind of smooth kind of energy. So, Mars will finally make a move out of your second house, which will be a good energy in the matters of your family, your finances. It's a supportive dynamics over here. Apart from that, friends, anything connected with the fourth house related matters over there as well. Sun will move to your like fifth house, so that is also going to be very supportive for you. Sun Ketu energy in the fourth house, a lot of the times, even in the home, in your domestic turf, it can actually create a lot of the ego and pride related conflicts with people, even within your domestic life. So, not a very supportive energy, but because Sun will make a move, it will be out of the clutches of Ketu. It is going to be slightly beneficial for you. And the way I mentioned, if you work as a counselor, consultant, artist, creative person, you deal with the stock market and all, so stars are going to be much supportive for you. So yes, friends, this is what the overall highlight of this month is for the Taurus native as well. This month has got some auspicious festivals. So my recommendation, if you are a Hindu devotee, you follow Sanatan Dharma, I actually want to pass the blessing of the Lord Krishna, Lord Ganesha. And even let's say, for example, if you follow Vedic astrology, you are interested in making peace with the planetary vibration, you're already running an active Ketu Dasha, Mercury Dasha, Saturn Dasha. So these are some of the days in this month when you can do some charity donation or appeasement ritual for your planet, so that in the rest of the Dasha of the same running planet, it start giving you good results. So yes, friends, again at the end, if I were to summarize, it's going to be a supportive month where your domestic life, your social connections, your creativity, your relationship management, and circumstances and conditions around your employment, around or with your fellow colleagues, is bound to improve in this month for all the Taurus natives. Now, friends, when we talk about the Gemini natives, so friends, for the Gemini natives, as you can see over here, uh, you have been hosting Mars in your first house, which is not a very cool and calm energy. Mars in the Gemini is going to be very agitated. So I'm sure people would have experienced or seen your outburst in the last couple of weeks. But just because in this month, Mars is going to be coming out of your first house, moving to the second house, getting conjunct with Jupiter, which is a supportive sign. Along with that, friends, Venus, which has been in a long state of affliction, now it's going to be gaining momentum in your fifth house. So with Mercury exalted in the fourth house, Venus dignified in the fifth house, anything connected with art, entertainment, creativity, stock market, speculation, love, romance, the month has got some very supportive energy for the Gemini natives. And again, friends, let's say, for example, if you are a kind of person where your family has an important say over the matters of your relationship and all, or even if you are in a collaboration, joint partnership and all, so does the guidance or influence of the partners, your business partners, is going to be very supportive for you. And the way I mentioned, even in any of the courtship related matters, people who are in very close orbit of yours, who are very close to you, they will actually give you a very good advice when it comes down to how to manage your money, how to take the right decision in the matters of relationship. So all of that impact and guidance is going to be very right for you. It is going to be very optimistic, very healthy for you. That is what I'm trying to say. Even in the matters of the academics, if you are a student, you have to write any competitive exam, and let's say, for example, anything connected with launching, releasing any of your artistic creative work as well, star seems to be very supportive, with Venus being dignified in the fifth house of the love romance, and Venus being a significator of the love romance. It's a very supportive energy. And also, friends, because your ascendant lord Mercury is also going to be from September 7th till 25th, it's going to be exalted in the fourth house. So that also tells about in your domestic life, in your family life, important housing related decision, especially if you're planning to sell off any of your property, you work as a realtor, you work or deal in any of the commissioning brokerage kind of setup or nature of work. So this is going to be a very rewarding month. So when you will look back at this month, you will have actually gained a lot. Whether we talk about in terms of the finance, in terms of career elevation, in terms of domestic life, or this could be like some new romantic connection, soul level romantic connection. All of that is going to be possible in this month. So yes, friends, that's all what I can say for the Gemini natives. And friends, in this month we will be having Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Pitru Paksh. So if you have any of the afflictions in your chart, especially being caused by Ketu, being caused by Mercury, so these are some of the important dates when you can do the appeasement rituals for your planets. So yes, friends, my best wishes for the Gemini natives. Now, friends, moving ahead for the Cancer. So, friends, for the Cancer natives, to begin with, you already have Jupiter being transiting in your first house. Now it has transitioned to the Shlesha Nakshatra, which is again a very supportive energy, because we know that with Ashlesha there is so much of the toxins. In your case, Mercury has the rulership of the 12th house, third house. So sometimes what happens is that people in your social circle, in your network circle, your those habits and all, which have been self-harming for you. So Jupiter is going to be working in that domain, how to purify, how to cleanse that. Now, friends, just because in this month, if you will be paying attention, Venus, which has been long in a state of affliction, is going to be gaining its strength back. Before, Venus was conjunct with Ketu, then it was debilitated. Now it's in a perfect alignment. So I mean to say, if you're planning to like spend some money in your own, like, see, the thing is, when we talk about fourth house, if in this whole zodiac, if there are like any two zodiac sign who feel the purity of their emotions of the fourth house, or when they spend money on luxury they get a feel of it, so I guess it's the Aries, because in their fourth house they find the pure Cancer energy, or it's the Cancer because they in itself carries the fourth house energy, and they have this very calming energy of Libra in their fourth house. So I mean to say, whatever you will experience during this month, you will spend your money. There will be that sense of satisfaction and contentment. So this could be any gathering with your family members, with your cousins, or this could be any luxury trip with your spouse, with your loved one, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend. So the feel good factor is going to be very strong, like the bonding which you will have in this month, in the company of your loved ones, it cannot be explained in words. So again, friends, that is dependent on different people. Some people get that state of happiness when they are buying something luxurious, or when they are taking that luxury vacation, or with some people it's just like that, the company of their loved one. But yes, that feel good factor is going to be very strong, and the way I mentioned, it's a very good month. If you want to invest something in decorating in your protective, in spending anything over your protective shield, like you have a business you want to redecor, or in your home as well, buy a new vehicle, do some designing within your home. So all of that can be considered. Like any purchases which you will make, they are going to be very tasteful and much required. It will adorn, reinforce the beauty. That's what I'm trying to say. Your third house, friends, Mercury is in a very good state, in a good state. So I mean to say connections, networking. If you work on a commissioning or brokerage, or you are a sales, media, marketing person, freelance, self-employed person. So the communication aspect is very glorified, very dignified in this month. Connections will take you to the places. Again, friends, although Mars is a very dignified planet for you, but Mars's transit in a state of affliction like Gemini is not a good placement for Mars, beyond any doubt, Gemini or Virgo. And that too in the 12th house, being your Yokarak, 10th Lord. So I'm sure that in this month of August, with all that eclipse energy, with your 5th and the 10th Lord being there in the 12th, I'm sure that whether you are a student with a Cancer Lagna, or whether like in your career endeavors, I'm sure you would have experienced a lot of politics, disruption, taking uncalculated impulsive decision, giving your outburst at the wrong time in front of wrong people. So I'm sure a lot of that would have happened. And we know that the 10th lord in that state, Venus debilitated, Sun, Ketu. So planets were responsible for that. But now in this month, you can definitely experience things will be much more better. But again, friends, I'm uploading this video much in advance, and we still have one lunar eclipse to deal with. So I mean to say, whatever good things I'll be telling over here, don't lose off your guard too early. You still have to wait for the September to begin. But if I were to say, friends, in the month of September, a lot of things are going to be much more in control. Even your 10th lord and the 5th lord's transit in the first house. Although Mars is debilitated, but Jupiter is cancelling it. That is also going to be very good transit, which can actually bring some very landmark career opportunities for you. If you're working as a professional realtor, army, military, strong contender for the promotion, political opportunities. So regarding all of that, it's going to be very supportive. This transit of your 10th lord is going to be very supportive. Along with that, friends, connections, short journeys, travels, your learning capacity, your the power of comprehension is going to be very strong. So Jupiter, like a magnet, is going to be pulling all the divinity, all the divine teachings, right advice, right guidance towards you, and Mercury will make the absorption, comprehension of that knowledge, that wisdom very fast. So yes, friends, and let's say for example, if in the second house when Sun Ketu conjunction is there, so many people, especially those who are in a family business and all, they go through a lot of the disruption. So I'm sure that if Sun Ketu in the second house would have created some disruption in the last 1 month, so there's going to be much more damage control, I can assure you, which will happen. So yes, friends, all what I can say is that for the highlight of this month of September, your connections, self improvement, and career elevation, um, some landmark luck driven opportunities, and some important luxurious purchases. That is all what I'm seeing as a overall look and feel and theme for the Cancer Lagna. Friends, till the time you have Rahu in your 8th house, right? Rahu in the 8th house, I'm sure that this Pitra Paksh, you have to utilize it for making some charity, doing some donation in order to invoke the blessing of your ancestors. So, Rahu in the 8th house, again in the Dhanishta, to certain people it can actually make overnight millionaires as well, can bring some many sudden windfall financial gain as well, and in certain cases it can actually create a lot of the a lot of the problems as well, health related problems, some joint resources problem, defamation. So much better till the time Rahu does not leave your 8th house. So, and especially in this month when we have the Pitr Paksh, utilize this opportunity to do some charity donation and appease the energy of Rahu over here in the 8th house. But yes, when Mars will leave your 12th house in this month, and when Venus will get dignified in the 4th house, you will definitely feel it. See, again, with astrology, it has more to do with the on a subconscious plane what you are feeling on the daily basis. I'm sure you would have experienced that. The days when moon is in the Taurus, moon is in the Cancer, conjunct with Jupiter, we start our day so fresh, and we have that, that sense of optimism throughout in our day, compared to when moon is afflicted, moon is conjunct with Saturn. So I mean to say, and Cancer is the moon energy, right? No one else can feel as strongly as a Cancer person can feel. So I mean to say, make the best out of this month. There's a lot of positivity which is in store for you guys. Now, friends, when we talk about the Leo natives, so friends, for the Leo natives, as you can see over here, your ascendant lord will make a move this month in the second house, which is going to be a sigh of relief, being out of the clutches of the Ketu. Mars, which has been in the 11th house, which is a good placement for Mars to be transiting. It is a kind of a yokarak planet for you. In this month, Mars will transit to your 12th house. In normal times, it would not have been seen as very good, but now just because it is going to get conjunct with Jupiter, exalted Jupiter, Mars's debilitation is going to get cancelled, which will favor you. Especially if right now you have any of your plans, any career endeavors, any housing related concern connected with the foreign land. It is going to be very, very supportive time for that. Those especially who have any political aspiration right now in a foreign country, or buying a house, publishing, or anything connected with the immigration related concerns. So Jupiter's blessing will somehow reinforce the Martian pursuit. Along with that, friends, your 10th lord becomes the Venus. It is going to be gaining strength. So the Leo native, let's say for example, with Ketu and Sun over here in the first house and Mars there in the 11th house, if you have lost some friends in the last couple of weeks because of your spontaneity or outspokenness, I would say that this month will again give you a chance to extend an olive branch, to make peace with the disgruntled friends as well, and those who are already like in your nature of work, PR, networking, social media, content creation, sales, media, marketing, brokerage, commissioning. If that is getting applicable in your case, then this month is going to be very rewarding. I'm actually looking forward to some important new connections building up for you. There's a very, very strong possibility with Mercury exalted in your second house of the money making, finances, income opportunity, third house with Venus over here. My goodness, there will be sugar or honey, like a maple syrup will ooze out of your tongue, and you know how to use the right words to make a deal with the right set of people. So that is how stars are going to be supporting you. So again, friends, for any pinpointed analysis or prediction, I need to see your natal birth chart and the running dasha. But if I were to only look at the planetary dignity in this month, so it is much, much better. In the August, we have already endured all the eclipses. We have endured affliction to Venus, affliction to Mercury, affliction to Sun, Mars being agitated. Now in this month, things are getting much, much better for you. So yes, friends, networking, relationship, travels, and some luxurious experiences are on the cards for the Leo natives. And again, friends, if I were to say, if you are planning to initiate or launch something, this is a very good month for that. Like even in order to propose someone and all, on the right, like you can see the Moon Venus yoga dates or the Gaj Kesari yoga dates, you can consider doing that. Along with that, friends, till the time you have Ketu in your first house, which is going to be there till December 5th. So I would say that the Pitra Paksh, the Shrad, is a very good time for honoring your ancestors, making peace with your afflictions in the natal chart, especially being caused by the 8th house, Saturn or Rahu, or to your moon. So I would say that do some charities, do some donation in order to appease the planetary vibrations, affliction of the planets, and invoke the blessings of your ancestors. But yes, friends, your speech, the flow of the money, support by your friend circle, connections, and all, and some overseas hidden blessing and opportunity. Like I would say, If you will undertake any pilgrimage in this time, it's going to be very, very spiritually awakening, very fulfilling. Ninth Lord and the fourth Lord getting conjunct with the exalted Jupiter, bro. You have to take a pilgrimage. You have to go to the ashram of a guru, or to some, in India we call some pilgrimage to the hills, where some devata is presiding, some Shakti Peeth or Jyotirling, and you will have that divine kind of awareness and feeling and experiences. That's all what I can say for the Leo Lagna. But overall, friends, a very rewarding month for the Leo natives. Now, friends, when we talk about the Virgo natives, so friends, for the Virgo natives, beyond any doubt, if your ascendant lord is strengthened in the first house, then itself is giving you a lot of the power. Let's say, for example, if the last couple of weeks with Mercury being there in the clutches of Ketu and all, if you were feeling that heat, that your brain does not function well and things are not being getting executed in one go, things are getting delayed, or there have been many unwanted obstructions caused by people and all, so you will definitely see a smooth flowing in this month for sure. The second house is also in a good dignity, friends. So family, friends, flow of the income, and especially if you are in a line of work where you are involved with your spouse, or you deal with the female products, you are in a family business and all, so the energy is going to be very, very supportive for you, friends. Mars is not a very good planet for you, and if it's much better if your eighth lord will leave your 10th house. So when Mars will leave your 10th house and its entry in the 11th house, its conjunction with the planet Jupiter can actually open some new doors for you, because Mars is the third lord as well, and Jupiter will ensure that the door of the blessing, which is long overdue in your case, shall open during this time. So yes, friends, if I were to say, if you are connected with anything connected with health, pharmacy, accountancy, AI, innovation related fields and all, health, pharmacy related fields and all, it's going to be very, very supportive time. And let's say, for example, if you have you have put your money into some investments, and any scholarship, any funding, any aid, any grant is a concern for you, so that can come during this time as well. There's a very strong possibility. So, see, friends, no matter which author or which classic you take, Rahu in the sixth house has been praised by many classics. So I mean to say, Rahu in the sixth house in the Dhanishta is in a strengthened state. Your second house, Venus, is strengthened, and 11th house, Jupiter. So a lot of the concentration is going in the houses where the money comes from the collective, money comes through your self-initiated efforts, and money which comes through grant and loans. So I mean to say, I'm actually seeing you in a good state right now. And the best part is that because Mercury, your ascendant lord, is strengthened, it is giving you right set of aptitude or mindset to manage it very well. So yes, friends, all the eyes are on you. Health is going to be in a much better state. Yeah, because Mercury is now out of the 12th house. Health is in a much better state. Family, finances, love, relationship, good camaraderie with the family members. I'm also foreseeing that. And yes, with Mars leaving your 10th house, the disruption which was happening in your career front, it's going to be much more calming now. Like a lot of the Virgo natives have complained that in the last few weeks, there have been much like arguments with the bosses and unnecessary travels, unnecessary provocation. So all of that heated energy, disgruntled energy will calm down in this month for sure. So yes, friends, good month, especially when we talk about finances, any loans, grant. If you are a public speaker, you are an artist and all, a very, very good supportive month for you. And through your network circle, some opportunity will churn out. And again, friends, Jupiter is also in the Ashlesha, right? Mars is also going over there. So life will put you in a situation that, let's say, for example, if in the past you have parted your ways from some association, some collaboration, some large group and all, so life will actually give you a chance to mend peace and get the best deal, which is, or the success or the money which was owed to you. So that can actually be, you will feel it to be accessible in this month. So Jupiter in the Ashlesha, Mars being over there, it will trigger all of that energy. So yes, friends, that's all what I want to say for the Virgo natives. Now, friends, when we talk about the Libra natives, So friends, for the Libra natives, yes, the month seems to be much better. If you would have followed my video which I uploaded couple of weeks back, I mentioned this thing that the last 2 3 months are not very supportive, like with all the eclipse energy, your ascendant lord going through affliction, all the eclipse and all of that. So now finally this is the month I was actually talking about in that video, and now this month is here. So I mean to say friends, your ascendant lord being in the first house, so that means all that self confidence which you were losing in yourself, you will regain that. Anything connected with charm, courtship, attraction, new connections, month is very supportive. Mercury is exalted friends in this month in your 12th house. If you are in a foreign land looking for commercial business opportunities, um, or employment opportunities, stars are going to be very supportive over there. Along with that friends, Mars, which happened to be your seventh and your second lord, which has been transiting in the ninth house, it will also transit to your 10th house, and it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Jupiter. So Mars is in a way is debilitated, but Jupiter is cancelling its debilitation. And again friends, Mars gets the directional strength whenever it is in the 10th house. So I mean to say a lot of stimulation is happening in your house of career, in your house of overseas income, overseas connection, and the first house of self. So again, friends, just don't look back whatsoever has happened in the last couple of months, but the future and especially this month seems to be very, very bright. And you can actually follow my last video, which I uploaded on the 3 4 months horoscope prediction. That's what I said, that September is the month when stars are going to be perfectly aligned, and all the storm which you have been dealing with is going to get slightly calmed down in this month. Also, friends, in this month, we will be having the Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Pitra Paksh. So, I mean to say, for any of the affliction in your chart, like let's say, for example, if you're already going through Ketu Mahadasha, so it's a very good day for invoking the blessing of Lord Ganesha. So it is a very, very good day for you to do that, because Ketu is transiting in your 11th house. If it has cut down your income, if it has created some issue in the matters of your, like, your network circle and all of that, so invoking the blessing of Lord Ganesha will definitely help you over there. Along with that, friends, for the Janmashtami, especially if right now you're going through any of the affliction being caused by the Saturn, this is the day to invoke the blessings of the Lord Krishna as well. If you have any of the concerns of having a childbirth, a good progeny, so worshipping Lord Krishna is one of the very good remedy. If your chart is under the affliction, like your natal moon is under the affliction of Saturn, Rahu, 8th house connected problems and all, so invoking the blessings of your ancestors through charity donation can be considered. So that's all what I can say. Apart from that, friends, your seventh lord, when it goes over here in the 10th house, so some good commercial opportunities you can expect. In the marriage, we can say that the partner is going to be slightly driven more towards the work, because now what is going to be happening, because your Venus being in the first house, you will demand all the love, appreciation, quality time with your loved one, but the spouse seems to be very much busy and dedicated to work in this month. That is what I'm trying to see, like that is what I'm seeing over here. And also friends, your 12th house is in a very very dignified state. So all what I can say, that if you primarily deal with import export, planning a long distance foreign travel in this month, so all of that is going to be supportive. Anything connected with foreign immigration related process and all, so star seems to be very supportive in that domain. Saturn is there in your sixth house, friends, and Saturn is like almost like, after this it is going to be moving to your like seventh house. But again, sixth house transit of Saturn, I would say that before Saturn will leave, and right now is in a specific alignment, it would have created increase the hardship or your daily struggle in the career, in the work front. But again, this is going to be a new chapter, new beginning, which is very soon is going to be happening for you. And I can tell you with so many other combinations and the nakshatra movements. So whatever you're dealing with right now, especially if it is coming from the Saturn. See, whenever we are doing the analysis, as an astrologer, um, all what we try to do is that, okay, whatever is happening right now in your life, or the central pulse which is giving you maximum problem or maximum good results, which planet is responsible for that? So I mean to say, if right now in your life the cause of problem is Saturn, the cause of delay is Saturn, so I would say that this is not going to be the theme is going to change in next couple of weeks. I have not even say months. So, but this month has got a lot of positive hope for you. That's what I'm trying to say. So the 10th house is very accentuated, friends, and with Venus, with Mercury, all the eclipse season being over for a while, Mars being in a state of dignity in the influence of Jupiter, much supportive for you. So some long awaited recognition, a client or a business opportunity which you have been pursuing can be sealed in this month, high possibility. Charm, recognition, self confidence is going to be skyrocketing this month for sure. And yes, travels are going to be very commercially benefiting. That's all what I can say as a nutshell for the Libra natives. Now, friends, when we talk about the Scorpions, so friends, for the Scorpions, as you can see over here, your ascendant lord, which has been transiting in the 8th house, not at all a supportive energy. So, in any case, your ascendant in itself carries that Scorpio 8th house vibe. And then when the ascendant lord also goes in the 8th house, that too in the Gemini, it's a lot of agitation, conflict, health related concern it can give rise to. So the good part is that on like September 18th, Mars will leave your 8th house and it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Jupiter. So this is going to be the cancellation of the Mars in a very dignified house. So I mean to say, if you are looking for some lucky break or any overseas opportunity, higher studies, immigration related concerns, stars are going to be very supportive because not only the ninth house, but Venus is also going to be strengthened in the 12th house. See, the thing is, because Venus is in the 12th house for the luxury, for the passion, it's going to be a very good time for that, fulfilling your carnal desires and feeling very passionate. It's very good. But just because from the seventh house, it is like sixth from there. So I mean to say, and Venus, whenever it is like in this kind of dignity, we generally recommend people don't overdo with your spendings. Too much indulgences in the luxury can actually drain your pocket. So be mindful that how much you are investing in the or you are spending in the luxury, in the indulgences. There has to be healthy balance over there. Mercury is this month, friends, is very supportive for you, so you can expect some good support from the friends, and because of your social networking, many opportunities can be expected in this month. So regarding the heightened flow of the income, um, or new opportunities, making new connections, the month is very supportive. So friends, in a nutshell, if I were to say the highlight of this month of the September, so the biggest relief is going to be, let's pray for Mars to leave your 8th house as soon as possible. Otherwise, to many people it can give migraine, headache, health related vulnerability, arguments with the in-laws and all. So once Mars will leave and come to your ninth house, the most auspicious house, this month can also facilitate some travel as well. So regarding the travel, this could be religious in nature. This could be a travel like, a journey being undertaken with your spouse, with your partner. So travel seems to be very much on the cards for this month of September. Now, whether it is religious in nature, whether it is going to be for the recreational purposes, so for that I have to see which planetary dasha you're currently running. But travels are going to be very fulfilling. And yes, regarding the collaboration, income related, income flow, or some new channel of income, support from your network circle, all of that seems to be very much supportive in this month for all the Scorpio natives. And yes, friends, Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, like the Shraddh, Pitra Paksha, and all of that. So if you have any of the affliction being caused by Ketu, by Mercury, by Saturn, 8th house related problems and all, so these are the days when you can perform the rituals to appease the planetary vibration. Now, friends, when we talk about the Sagittarius natives, so friends, for the Sagittarius natives, as you can see that your ascendant lord right now is transiting in the 8th house. Now it has also gone to the Ashlesha. Nothing could be better than that. Ashlesha represents all the poison. and because it's in the 8th house, and Jupiter has that benevolent qualities of purifying, so it is actually going to be working in a domain in a way that a lot of the toxicity or the pent up energies which need to be released, Jupiter has already started working at in that domain. Second thing is that, friends, this entry of the Mars, this Mars and Jupiter conjunction in the 8th house, slightly you have to be careful because Mars, based on its innate nature, whenever it is transiting from the 8th house, it can actually make someone injury prone. Although Jupiter will protect you, but still you have to follow the precautions. But again, if in your chart some big windfall gain is promised based on the dasha you are right now running, or some inheritance or some sudden fame, if that is being promised, so it can be delivered in this month as well. Your Venus is in a very accentuated state, friends, and Mercury in the 10th house as well. So both of that is just giving this indication that when we talk about some new love, new romance, or like making connections with some important people, or being suddenly very vocal at your career front, some quick rapid development in your career front, like sometimes what happens is that like you have completed your training and you're awaiting for the deployment and the posting and it's getting delayed. So I mean to say, if in any capacity you're experiencing some delays at your career front, or let's say for example you don't get a chance to impress your bosses, or whatever version you are feeling, whatever you're going through, you're not able to express yourself, or you don't get the best of the best of the platform to demonstrate your skill. So this is going to be the month which will give you the right set of platform where you can demonstrate your skill, some rapid development at your career front. Friends will also prove out to be very supportive. Your third house, your 11th house in a very accentuated state. And again, especially the support of the females will help you progress in this month. And yes, friends, anything connected with love, romance, new connections, I'm seeing some supportive development. Even Sun is going to be out of the clutches of Ketu and it is going to be there in your 10th house. So this Sun Mercury combination with Venus in the 11th and Jupiter Mars in the 8th, it is in a nutshell a good news, supportive news for you. And again, friends, this month we will be having the Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Pitru Paksh. So I mean to say, if you have any of the affliction in your chart being caused by Ketu, being caused by Mercury, being caused by Saturn, being caused by the 8th house connected problems, like your chart is heavily afflicted, the natal chart, moon in the affliction of Saturn, Rahu in the 12th house, 8th house, 9th house, that means it is an indication of some Pitru Paksh problems. So charities, donation on these specific holy auspicious days will actually reinforce your planetary strength and start giving you good results. Now, friends, when we talk about the Capricorn natives, so friends, for the Capricorn natives, as you can see over here in this month, your Yogarak planet Venus is going to be getting accentuated in your 10th house. Mercury, which is another good important planet for you, it is going to be getting exalted in the 9th house of the fortune and the luck. And Mars will also join the bandwagon with Jupiter in the 7th house. So again, friends, this month has got very, very supportive energy. If you remember, guys, the last video which I uploaded on the monthly horoscope, it was a 3-4 months analysis. And if you go back there and tune in to your Capricorn section, I specifically mentioned it over there that the month of September is going to be the time when planetary energy is going to be much more controlled and balanced for you. And finally, that month is here. So I mean to say, expect some landmark, some good opportunities at your career front. Again, friends, 10th house is the actual house of the battlefield. It's like a platform, it's like the stage where an artist perform. All that practice of the artist is the 6th house, is the 3rd house. The main stage, the main day of the performance is the 10th house. So Venus in the 10th house. Some new connections at work front, especially for the artist and the creative people. Nothing could be better than that. Along with that, some you will also get the support of the females at your work front. Count your blessing if you report to a female boss, because their influence is going to be supportive for you. Mercury is also in a good dignity, friends. If you're planning to undertake any travel, that will be very supportive. Any file work, documentation, this could be you're planning to launch, publish a book, or any documents connected to your immigration, all of that can be put forth and prioritized for this month, because your file will move very fast in this month. I can say that. And yes, friends, Mars, your fourth and the 11th Lord, joining this Jupiter in the seventh is going to be supportive energy. The thing is, your partner will act with that place of confidence, pride, and self importance, but nothing against you. Nothing will go against you. Like again, Mars is self willed but not selfish like Rahu, or not as slow as Saturn or other planets. So Mars is like, you cannot find any planetary vibration as disciplined, as loyal as Mars. And now it is being ordained by the blessing of the divinity of the Jupiter as well. So your seventh house is very, very empowered right now. So expect running into some good collaboration or very supportive, powerful, influential, awakened kind of people, successful people in their field. So running into those kind of opportunities, bonding with these kind of people is on the cards for the Capricorn Lagna natives for this month. So yes, friends, and beyond any doubt, Sun will also leave your eighth house. It will also enter the ninth house. So again, anything connected with education, training, travel, lecturing, those people will also get benefited. Sun has to be out of the eighth house because otherwise, our name, fame, our relationship with the authority figures somehow gets negatively affected. So yes, friends, that's all what I can say for the Capricorn Lagna. So this is your month for rise and shine, and expect some good turnaround, good opportunities, and travels will be fulfilling. Venus in the 10th house will give you the shine which you need in your career front. So yes, friends, now when we talk about the Aquarius natives, so friends, for the Aquarius natives, as you can see that Venus, your Yokara planet, is going to be finally gaining momentum in your ninth house. Mercury, which is another good important planet, trine lord for you, is going to be getting exalted in the eighth house. So if you are connected with science, innovation, healing, research, travel, it's going to be very, very supportive month for those Aquarius natives. Again, friends, Jupiter in the sixth house, beyond any doubt, it's not as strong as benevolent where it can give you result. But just because Jupiter is now in the Ashlesha nakshatra, um, so Ashlesha has poison, sixth house has got difficulty, and Jupiter purifies it. And Mars is also coming over here. So if in this month, Aquarius natives, if you have any medical procedure, pharmaceutical, surgical procedure planned, stars might support you over there. Or if you're researching in something in this line, in this field, so over there as well, stars will support you. So yes, friends, and when we talk about the seventh house, so Sun will leave your seventh house. It will join Mercury in the eighth house again. Sun Ketu combination in the seventh house, not a very good energy. Like where we say that partner might act very erratic in the marriage. Like you have not even meant that, but your partner took it personal to its ego, and that gave rise to the fight. So even in the matters of the relationship, when Venus was debilitated before and Sun Ketu conjunction, the house of relationship was damaged from multi-dimension. Now it's going to be the case, we can say that things are getting balanced, are getting very, very controlled, friends. Again, guys, all what I can say, before Rahu finally leave your first house, extract something out of it. Rahu will come back again after 18 years. And what Rahu can, the doors which Rahu can open for you of the closed destiny, no other planet can open that. Every planet has a range, has a bandwidth. Rahu and Ketu have no bandwidth. They can bring anything. So I mean to say, yeah, obviously within the boundaries of your Kundali's promise, but they can open some new experience, some new kind of awakenings or initiations in your life. And again, Rahu is responsible for bringing all the attention, hype, fame, popularity. So I mean to say, Rahu is in the Dhanishta in the first house, your ninth house, the Bhagyasthana. Your fortune house is strengthened now. Eighth house of your genius, intuition is also very, very stimulated right now. So planets are in a good state. Whether your concern is of like the job, employment related concern, travel, immigration related concern, joint resources, new ideas, you are connected with the manufacturing kind of field, innovation kind of field, so star seems to be much, much better for you. So the prospects of relationship will improve this month, friends, for sure. Some sudden speculative gains or some new idea which can come. Relationship with the in-laws will also improve. Relationship with the spouse will also improve. Relationship with the co-workers will also improve. Because before, like when Mars is your 10th lord, when it was in the fifth house, I'm sure in these kind of alignments, when people go through very pressurizing situation, they start contemplating, oh, I will quit, oh, this job is not right for me, or my bosses are targeting me. So it gives you these kind of self-negating thoughts. So now finally your 10th lord, when it will move to the sixth house, it will debilitate it, but conjunct with an exalted Jupiter. Debilitation will be getting cancelled. That is the reason I'm saying this thing. You are in army, military, pharmaceutical, medical, fitness industry, very, very supportive time. You work in the loan department, you need for the accelerating your business prospects, you need some capital, some fund, some grant, some loan. So stars are going to be supportive for you. That's what I'm trying to say. So overall, a supportive month for the Aquarians. And yes, friends, Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Pitru Paksh, some very, very auspicious days in this month for doing the appeasement ritual for your Ketu, for Saturn, for Mercury, or any eighth house affliction if you have in your chart. So don't let go these important days when planets are very easy and quick for negotiation. So make the best use out of these dates. And lastly, friends, when we talk about the Pisces native, so friends, for the Pisces native, yes, stars are going to be getting very dignified in this month. Mercury, your seventh house, Mercury is going to be getting exalted over here. Venus, which was debilitated for long, now it's going to be getting in a dignified state, being in the eighth house. Passion is going to be very strong. Attraction is going to be very strong. Prospects of some sudden speculative financial gains is also possible. Your ascendant lord is transiting in the fifth house, and Mars is going to be joining it over here. Mars again, friends, is your ninth lord. Ninth lord getting conjunct with your ascendant lord in the fifth house. It will churn out some good account of your poor punya. Some new development can happen. Anything connected with the fifth house related matters, whether this is living or non-living. Whether you are a student who has to write any competitive exam, you're an artist who has to launch or release anything, or whether any of the concerns of the relationship with the children, anything connected with your relationship with your spouse, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, and all. So, in all these areas, you will see some stimulation, some positive kind of development. Now, Jupiter is in the Ashlesha, all the toxins which have had been there, Jupiter is already working in order to purify it or cleanse it. Along with that, friends, Mercury being exalted in the seventh house is a very, very good news for all the traders, all the business people. So when Mercury, the planet of business, self-expression, communication, come in this dignity, that in itself support you in your commercial endeavors. And yes, friends, Sun coming out of the clutches of the Ketu from the sixth will also improve the daily employment related conditions as well, because when you have Sun and Ketu is like a piercing kind of expertise kind of energy, which is then expected out of us at our workplace, which not everyone has that perfect standards to met, right? So I mean to say, now things will improve. Sun, when it will enter in your seventh house, it is going to be forming that Aditya yoga. So it will Buddha Aditya Yoga, it will also support you. So whether we talk about in the matters of communication, relationship, business, new connections, new romance, strong passion towards someone, attraction towards someone, or some new development over here in your fifth house related matters, like you have some talent of yours which will suddenly come to everyone's attention. So all of that is possible. And yes, friends, in this month, some important dates like Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Pitru Paksh. If you have any affliction in your chart being caused by Ketu, Saturn, 8th house related affliction, so don't overlook these dates. In these dates, you can actually do some appeasement rituals to make the planetary vibration in your favor. So yes, friends, that's all what I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Thanks a lot.